Hey guys, Mr. Zigner here again. We're at lesson 5-3. Today we're adding and subtracting mixed numbers. All right, you can see here we're going to be adding mixed numbers, subtracting mixed numbers. We're also going to rename our mixed numbers to subtract. You'll see why that's necessary as we get to those examples. And we'll finish up with a real-world example. All right, let's get rolling. So here we start off with 5 and 5/14 plus 4 and 3/14. All right, first thing I like to do is set up these problems vertically. There we go. Next thing I like to do is add up my whole numbers. So 5 plus 4, well, that's 9. Now I'll add the fractional parts. 5/14 plus 3/14, well, that's 8/14. Now a little bit of a problem. I'm looking over to the left at my 4 answer choices, and that doesn't seem to be one of the answer choices. And then I look back at my work and I realize what still needs to be done. Do you see what it is? We need to simplify. Looks like 8 and 14 are both even, so I could divide them each by 2. So I'm going to divide them by 2 halves. And let's see, that ends up equaling, see, 8 divided by 2 is 4. 14 divided by 2 is 7. All right, so 8/14 is actually 4/7. So that would make my final answer 9 and 4/7. There's that answer. Okay, let's press on. Now we're subtracting. Let's see how this one turns out. Again, I do like to set things up vertically. 9 and 3/4 minus 5 and 1/3. Oh, we have a new problem. Do you see what it is? Our denominators aren't the same. So the first thing we need to do is get those common denominators. Well, let's see. 4 and 3, my LCD, least common denominator, for 4 and 3, well, that's 12. So we're going to change these both to 12ths. So that'd be 9 and so many 12ths minus 5 and a certain number of 12ths. Okay. Well, how do we get those into 12ths? Well, let's see. 4 times 3 is 12, so I'm going to multiply this first fraction by 3/3. 3 times 3 is 9. And now 3 times 4 is 12, so I'm going to multiply the top by the same thing, 4/4, and 1 times 4 is 4. All right, now we can finish this up. 9 minus 5 is 4, and 9/12. Take away 4/12. Well, that's 5/12. Does that match one of our answers? Sure does. Okay. 6 and 2/9. Take away 3 and 5/9. All right, let's set that up. 6 2/9 minus 3 and 5/9. Oh, we have a new kind of problem. Do you see what it is? 2/9 is less than 5/9. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to rename this mixed number so that we can subtract. So we need to look a little more carefully at the 6 and 2/9. Well, 6 and 2/9 really could be rewritten as 5 and 11/9. Now, do you know how I got from here to here? Let me break that down a little bit more for you. Well, the 6 part, since I'm working with 9s, we could rename 6, just the 6, as 5 and 9/9. Plus, we have that extra 2/9 at the end of that 6. And here it comes, 5 and 9/9, which really, when you put these two things together, that really equals 6. Plus the extra 2/9 is going to be 5 and 9 plus 2 is 11/9. So there's the 5 and 11/9. We'll practice this more in class. Now I'm going to subtract the 3 and 5 ninths. Now I think we can work this out. 5 take away 3 is 2, and 11 ninths minus 5 ninths would be 6 ninths. Now I'm looking over my answer choices, and that doesn't seem to be a choice. So I'm looking back at my answer. What did I forget to do? Well, I didn't simplify again. So let's see. These are both divisible by 3. So let's see here. That'd be 2 and 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. There we go. 2 and 2/3. Moving on. 9 and 3/8 minus 5 and 3/4. 9 3/8 minus 5 and 3/4. First problem seems to be I don't have like denominators. So let's see, the LCD, the least common denominator, for 8 and 4 would be eighths. All right, so this is still 9 and 3/8, but now I'm going to make this into eighths. So how would I do that? Well, see, I have to multiply the 4 by 2, so I need to multiply the numerator by the same thing, and 3 times 2 is 6. All right, so there's my new mixed numbers. Let's scoot that over a little bit. All right. Oh, now I have a new problem. Do you see what it is? Now my 3/8 are smaller than my 6/8. Boy, this problem is filled with different difficulties. Well, that's okay. We'll rewrite this one. 9 could be 8 and 8/8, right? Because 8 plus 1 is 9. Now we also have to add in that extra 3/8. So altogether, what do we have? Now let's see here. That would be 8, and 8 plus 3 is 11/8. 8 and 11/8. So 9 and 3/8 rewritten is 8 and 11/8. Now we bring over our minus 5 and 6/8. And I think we're ready to solve finally. Well, 8 minus 5 is 3. And 11 minus 6 is 5. And we'll bring that 8 down, that common denominator. 3 and 5/8. Does that match one of our answers? Oh yeah, here we go. Great. Jordan spent 3 and 1/6 hours at the mall and 2 and 1/4 hours at the movies. How many more hours did he spend at the mall than at the movies? Okay, so there's the time at the mall. Here's the time at the movies. How many more? I don't know about you, but that sounds like subtraction to me. Did he spend at the mall than at the movies? So it looks like a little bit of subtraction needs to happen here. 3 and 1/6 minus 2 and 1/4. Let's see how much work we're in for on this problem. I'm going to scoot it over just in case we have a lot of work to do. Well, first, let's get that common denominator. Let's see, 6 and 4. What's the LCD for 6 and 4? Did you figure it out? It's 12. So we need to make these both into twelfths. So 3 and so many twelfths minus 2 and so many twelfths. We'll figure out what that is in a moment. Okay, well, I multiply 6 by 2 to make it 12. So I also need to multiply the numerator by 2. So 2 times 1 is 2. Over here, 4 times 3 is 12. And the numerator, 1 times 3, is 3. Oh yeah, we have one more problem. Do you see it? 2 twelfths is smaller than 3 twelfths. So it looks like we have to rename this. One more time. Okay. Well, here we go. 3 could be 2 and 12 twelfths. You see that? 2 plus 1, which is I've written as 12 twelfths, would equal 3. Plus this other 2 twelfths, would equal a total of, what would that be? 2 and 14 twelfths. There we go. So 3 and 2 twelfths really equals 2 and 14 twelfths. Now we'll just bring this over, minus our 2 and 3 twelfths. All right, now I think we're ready to solve this. Well, 2 minus 2 is 0. That's gone. 14 twelfths, take away 3 twelfths. Well, 14 minus 3 is 11 twelfths. So I guess it would be 11 twelfths of an hour longer at the mall than at the movies. Is that one of our answer choices? Oh yeah, there it is. Super. Okay. Oh, there we are. We're at the end already. Right around 11 minutes on this video, so that wasn't too bad. Well, thanks for joining me for adding and subtracting mixed numbers. My website, as you'll see in a moment, is mattzigner.com, and I will see you guys soon. Please complete those questions at the bottom of this video on my website. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining me as we work our way through the 7th grade Math Connects textbook. Feel free to email me with any questions. My website is www.mattzigner.com. On my site, you'll find links to my math blog, some of my favorite educational sites, and lots of helpful information for students, parents, and teachers. See you next time.